Hey guys, this is Sorta Boy Savage out here in Minnesota. So as you guys know, this is I kind of want to go show you guys how I set up for fall northerns. I like using this storm bait here if I'm running braid because you can do a stop and go without having to get jerky. And as you know, that line vibration on some of that braid, I don't think they like that when they're a little bit touchier in the fall time here. But here mid-September in Minnesota, how we set up is I like to run bait caster. I run 30-pound Sufix, and I use a 25-pound to 50-pound fluorocarbon leader. Right now, I think we're running 30. And then I put a nice size snap swivel so I got more control and a power swivel. If I'm not using a thunder stick, I'm using a work bait by Mach, or I'm using a generic Amazon jerk bait of smaller variety. Usually the silver and gold colors with maybe a little bit of red, but not much, seem to work the best here in fall. Come fall time, I like to go into smaller creekways because they're actually going up in these shallows to feed to get fattened up for the winter. And there's also more oxygen in these areas because they tend to be moving a little bit. So a couple of the last northerns I caught, the last one was 34.5 inches, and I caught him right there in about a foot of water. I was actually jerking it out of the weeds, not the surface weeds, but if you look, it's a little darker there, slightly below the surface. So I would have been jerking it out of the weeds, and then what happened is it came out from this side, lurched and grabbed it directly, which is kind of why I call them gators. I call them gators because they act like them quite a bit. But in some of these urban areas, as you can see here, I got cars going right over here. I got houses going. It's hard to catch some bigger fish in urban areas, and I think that's true for most of the Midwest. And that's due to the fact that it's so pressured, number one. Number two, they're not nearly as stocked. Number three, there's more pollution. Number four, there's not as much oxygen. And the list goes on and on, guys. But like I said, you're going to be wanting to cast in shallower areas during this time until about October 1st of the year. Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, even as far as Iowa. If you get a little warmer, there's still on those drops. But like I said, you can catch yourself a couple nice cruising northerns and muskies in these type of areas. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe. Keep fishing. Sorta Boy Savage.